Hi there, this is Bob Coppedge, Grand Poobah CEO of Simplex-IT, and once again I am joined by Michael DePalma, who apparently is working off a bad bet or something by working with us on putting together a couple of webinars on cybersecurity. Michael, how you doing?
Good, Bob. How you doing?
Oh, peachy. Today I think we're going to be talking about how criminals are getting smarter and small, medium businesses and IT firms like ours and organizations like that will have to do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is pretty amazing what these criminals are doing nowadays. Unfortunately, a lot of the best and brightest in the IT space have moved over to the dark side because there's so much money to be made over there. And, Bob and I were talking before we started this about, who is behind this and the sophistication of these type of things. And crime is not done the way it was done 50 years ago, where the guns are blazing and those type of things. And a great example of that was last year. There was actually the greatest casino heist ever perpetrated in the United States. And it's not the type of casino heist you'd see in the movies. It's not the guys sneaking through their elevator vents or wearing disguises and those type of things. That's not how crime is done anymore. There's an easier way to do it, and there's a way to do it with much less risk of getting caught. And so this casino heist, again, was different. What these criminals were able to do was they were able to infiltrate the network through the internet-connected fish tank thermometer. We all hear about the Internet of Things, right? Everything's connected, and it's great in a lot of ways, but it does allow for so many vulnerabilities. So what these guys were able to do, they found that vulnerability, they exploited it, and what they did with that was they stole all the personal information for all the high rollers associated with this casino. This is information that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars on the dark web, and hopefully nobody's ever been down there. And Bob, I don't know if you've been down fishing around the dark web, but what these criminals will do is that, they will take that information and they will sell it. The guys that steal it, they go down and say, okay, I've got a 54-year-old male, and here's his social security number, here's how much money he's got in his bank account, pay me $10,000 and that information is yours. And then the next wave of folks come in and they try to exploit that. And those hackers go on and move to the next thing. It really is set up like a corporate structure. And it's pretty amazing. I mean, is that something that you're seeing as well, Bob?
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it from the standpoint, and again, let's go back to the old cop shows or whatever. I admit it, I am a Law and Order fan. It's because I'm old. So you have the bad guy who is good at stealing stuff, and then you have the fence who is good at selling stuff, and then you got the person who ever buys the stolen goods who then does whatever they want to with it. You have that same kind of thing that's going on the dark web. Storefronts are actually set up so that the hackers who have no idea what to do with this stuff once they got it, they don't care. They resell it. And it's just another example of, like you were saying, Michael, about how this is an economy. This is a business. These are entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it is scary stuff. And because we want everything to be connected, the Internet of Things, we all use social media in some regard. For the most part, we're using Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and all these different things, which is great. It helps us stay connected. It helps us maybe find a job on LinkedIn. Problem is, we're giving away all of this information that the criminals can exploit. And so I was doing a presentation earlier this year in New York City alongside an FBI agent. This time I had to go after this FBI agent, so I had to make sure all my stats matted up and all my stories. But this guy, again, he's giving all his scary stories, and in the middle of it, he shows a picture of a house. And there's about 200 people in this room. He says, anybody recognize this house? And people are looking around, and a guy in the back of the room says, that's my house. And he goes, you have a beautiful house, sir, and you just got a promotion at work a couple weeks ago. Congratulations. And now he starts rattling off some random facts about this guy. Now he's got the room's attention, right? He says, I bet you think I use all the tools at my disposal at the FBI to gather this information, right? No. What I did was I talked to the organizer of the event, and I got a list of registrants. And all I had was your name and the company you worked for. So I found you on LinkedIn very easily. And now I knew what your face looked like. So it allowed me to go and find you on Facebook. And then I tried to find you on Twitter and Instagram. It took me 5 minutes to get some information about you and get a good sense of who you were. That's where I got this picture of your house. That's how I knew you got the promotion. So if I'm a criminal, what am I going to do? I'm going to go for the low-hanging fruit. Now, this guy in the crowd graduated from Penn State. Goes, great university. Also has one of the largest and strongest alumni associations in the world. So I'm going to create an email template that looks like it's coming from the Alumni Association. It's going to look like every other email you've gotten from them. And within that, there's going to be a hyperlink. It's going to say, click here to download all the information you need about your 20-year reunion festivities. And you're going to click on it because it looks like every other email in your inbox. And one of these days, I'm going to catch you on a Friday afternoon as you're trying to clean up your inbox before you go home for the weekend. I'm going to catch you asleep, and you're going to click on that. And now I've infected your network. And oh, by the way, the best time for me to infect your network would be on a Friday afternoon, because chances are, if nobody's monitoring your network, you won't find out about it until Monday morning. And so when you hear the phrase socially engineered spear phishing attack, this is what we're talking about. It's no longer the long lost uncle sends you an email saying, pay me $5,000 and I'll make you a millionaire in my will. Nobody falls for that anymore. Hopefully they're not. But when it looks like every other email in your inbox, yeah, you're going to click on it.
And you can almost imagine that same kind of conversation coming from a group of marketers who are honestly trying to figure out what's the best techniques to use to get out their latest name brand, their latest products, their latest event, the latest rock star, whatever, because it is the same kind of thought process, although in this case, obviously, marketing people are mostly not evil, mostly. Not evil.
Well, my wife's in marketing, so I might have to disagree with you on that, Bob, but we'll agree to disagree.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
But the thing is, and I guess it's a good thing to some extent, is that it's preventable, right? You're going to have all these great technologies in place to spam filters and everything to try to get these folks not to get in. But a lot of times these criminals, their only way they're getting in is somebody opening the door and letting them in. So if you know the easy things to look for, you could be the first line of defense. And some of the easy things, I screen grab clear phishing emails so that I have them for presentations like this. This one looks like it's coming from PayPal. Looks pretty legit, right? I just need to update your safety here. Just download, if I click on that update link, sure, it's going to ask me for my credentials, and they're going to have it.
Oh, sure.
Now, easy thing to do is just scroll over the actual email. I could make that header say whatever I want. I can create an email with whatever I want, and it could say Bob's name, right? And nobody's going to know. But you scroll over it, and you see mail1@newschimp. whatever, you know that that's probably not coming from PayPal. And so that's the very easy thing to do. I got one from Wells Fargo. This looks pretty legit. Something to look out for. It says valued member. Normally, if your bank is reaching out to you, they're going to call you by your name. Now, this one, I'm so paranoid about everything. This one says that they double charged my account. I just went to my online banking, saw that wasn't the case, and didn't click on any of the links. Now, I have one. I'm from Norwalk, Connecticut. It's where our headquarters is. Harry Rilling is the mayor of Norwalk, Connecticut, and I actually know Harry really well. This looks legit. He's calling me. I need your attention urgently. Do you have a moment? Who knows where this would have led me if I answered this? But again, first of all, it looks kind of suspicious that he calls me by my first name. Good day, Michael De Palma. And again, the email address doesn't look legit at all. So very easy ways to kind of look at some of this stuff. Now, this one is pretty recent, and it was amazingly good. This is telling me that, hey, just confirm this PayPal transaction that I made. Now, at the bottom of the email, I had these links, this FSA perks. Every one of those links were legit links. They would send me to FSA perks, which is, some website that looks legit. The only link that was suspicious in here was that hyperlink that says, your PayPal payment page up at the top there. That was the only one that when you click on it looked a little weird, and it was some long one. So this is really good. And so they assume everybody's got a PayPal account. This is a really strong phishing email, because if I was suspicious and I looked at all those things, this looks like a legit email. So you click on that, and you get buried there. So, I don't know, Bob, if you're doing some training for some of your clients out there, but are these the things that you're teaching them, and is there anything I'm missing in here in terms of some very easy ways to kind of discern which ones are real and which ones aren't?
Well, as far as the easy ones go, I think you've hit on most of them. There's also the fact that most banks will never ask you for password. They will never ask you for credentials inappropriately or the like. But yes, we are absolutely pushing the end user training. And part of the challenge on that is that these guys are coming up with everything new. Every week there's a new angle, there's a new gimmick that they're trying. Because again, they're using that marketing gene.
Yeah, I agree, and it's something that we're never going to stay completely ahead of these guys, because they're going to figure out how to make it look better and better and better, and it's pretty scary stuff. So at a minimum, you want to have a conversation just to go through some of those easy training techniques. It will drastically reduce the risk there. So,
and if they wanted to, they could have a conversation with Simplex-IT with me. They could.
They could.
So they could reach out.
Reach out
so they
to
could reach
Bob.
out to us.
Hopefully this was very beneficial. And Bob, if you have any closing words, feel free.
No, absolutely. Just we'd love to talk to you and help you out with any of these issues or others. Thanks.
All right, great. Thanks.